So, shifting gears, who's the GOAT in the family?
Yeah, most important question of the day.
Who is the GOAT? Who is the GOAT?
I don't
right
know
here.
about like goats.
Okay, who's the most talented athlete in the family? We're all world in our own minds, right? So that's all that matters.
I think I had the best nickname though.
You have-
I'll go with that. Yeah.
You don't like PMAC?
PMAC's fine, but it's
Magic's
it's a
pretty
clapping
cool.
name.
Magic's pretty
Magic's
cool.
pretty
So,
Magic's pretty
I think
magical.
I think the goats conversation was going. We'll continue this McDonald athlete of the world conversation.
I don't think
until
it'll
another time.
ever end.
It won't end.
So my greatest athlete of all time, GOAT, it's got to be Tom Brady. We were kind of coached by the same coach, so we have that in common. But what I love about him is just the underdog story, 6-rounder, was always ready for his time to come, finally gets a shot, never looked back, 40 years later, all his Super Bowls. Probably the thing that I respect him the most about is his leadership and how he held his teammates accountable. He wasn't afraid to choose somebody out if that was necessary.
It'd be easy for me to say Kobe Bryant, but I'm going to go with PMAC, Paul McDonald, favorite son over here.
Yes, you're now the new favorite.
No, I mean,
Just a kiss ass.
obviously played 8 years in the NFL, but his true greatness has really come from me being his guinea pig.
It's true.
When you went through your challenges and then I went through my challenges kind of around the same time and really challenging me to succeed through them. So you're a GOAT dad.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Thank you, Andrew.
Okay.
Follow that.
Follow that. I'm gonna go mom.
I love it.
Well, now I look like
love
a
it.
jerk.
I'm gonna go Allison McDonald.
You are a jerk.
I'm gonna go Allison McDonald. She got us wherever we needed to be. The unsung hero
She's the GOAT
of the
of
McDonald family.
life.
I'll do a second. I gotta go Tiger Woods. There's so many unbelievable players out there. You know, Kobe's in that mix, and Jordan, and all these guys. But Tiger, like all these guys, when they're at the top, seemingly, like they're still striving for more. Like he went and retooled his whole swing after he had just been through this massive ascent. He's the best in the world, and here he is breaking down and starting from zero.
And you met him.
I got to meet him. Yeah, I got to meet him. In happenstance, he doesn't remember meeting me, but I was certainly starstruck at that Masters 2019.
Yeah.
It's grown men crying on the 18th of Augusta, like the full kind of comeback. America loves a comeback story to his own doing. But it's uncanny the tenaciousness that he brought to that sport. That seemingly you had amazing players coming up to it, but it was just a little bit different.
He didn't want to just win; he wanted to dominate.
He wanted to crush you.
Yeah,
He wanted to take your soul.
and he was never out of
It's
it.
true.
He had a presence about him. He had a presence in 2019 when he walked through. Everyone, the seas parted, and you're like, "Oh my God, it's Tiger Woods." Yeah, very interesting.
Who's yours?
Roger. I'm not going to cry.
Kind of are.
He's the Baryshnikov of tennis, obviously, the most graceful guy that's ever played. Just shot making, just the talent on the course, shot making ability, variety, but it's really everything around it. The sportsman that he is, never says a wrong word, never read anything negative about him. Everything's positive, on the court, off the court. On the court, what he says after a win is impeccable, thanking the other box, his own team, et cetera, et cetera. Just graceful on the court, graceful off the court, humble. His story about Wimbledon was really funny when they wouldn't let him into Wimbledon. He actually spontaneously showed up at Wimbledon after winning 7 times with, I think, his manager. and they had a break. Were doing like a sponsorship thing. They had a break in the middle of the action, and he said, "Well, let's go get some tea at Wimbledon." Great idea. So they drive up to the back gate. They go to the security guard, and she's like, "Oh, hi, sir. How are you?" And he's, we just wanted to come in and get some tea. And well, do you have your member pass? So, then he's explaining on the interview, like, well, I do have the member pass, but I don't have it with me. So he tells her, well, no, I don't, but we're just going to be in there for a little bit. Is that okay? Well, I'm sorry, sir, I can't let you in without your member pass. So he's starting to get a little sheepish. And he's like, well, I'm sorry, I don't normally say this, but I've won this tournament 7 times, and I think I don't know my way around here because they usher you in, you go to the players' locker room and all that stuff.
Oh man!
So he's explaining this whole thing, and she wouldn't let him in. He had to go find some supervisor. So he gets back in the car, and his manager says, "How are we looking?" He says, "Not good." so drive around the front.
Oh,
so they drive around. They find some guy, and they're walking to him. He says, "Hey, Roger, what are you doing here?" And so taking a selfie, and he said, "What's going on?" He said, "We just wanted to get inside and have some tea." "Oh yeah, right after me. Follow me."
Yeah.
So anyway, he's just a gracious guy, and the interesting story about him is he had a bad temper when he was younger. Bad sportsman.
I didn't know that.
Not good. Parents were in the middle of it and took his racket away. Until you learn to play properly, like a gentleman, you're not going to be able to play. So he took his racket away, and then from that, obviously, he learned a very valuable lesson. So he's been impeccable in being a gentleman to everyone, his
Good
fans.
parents.
I mean, he's probably, along with Tiger, he's got to be top 5 global celebrity in
Icons.
sports. Out there. I mean, he's raised hundreds of millions of dollars for African missions and wells and villages and all kinds of things. But I think, to me, yes, there's GOAT on the field, the court, whatever, but there's also GOAT off, and he's a GOAT on and a GOAT off. So what kinds of things? How can we like some of the things that these people? I guess I'll include myself in that since you tapped me on the shoulder.
You were 6th in the Heisman,
Yeah,
All-American quarterback, national championship.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Well, yeah, academic All-American. So that's that was probably the most. Winning that and a couple other academic awards was really cool. But what are some of the things of these people that are so iconic? The traits that they have that we can use in life, in our own lives, just in everyday life, like competitiveness, maybe.
Desire to be great.
Desire to be great.
Yeah, I think all of their work ethics are unique.
The Kobe's story is phenomenal. Like after he throws up 4 air balls in the game against Utah, and then they land on the plane at like midnight in LA, and he goes to the gym. He opens the gym. And he starts shooting.
I love I think Rob Gronkowski's story of training with Brady in the off season. I think they had just won the Super Bowl, and Tom got him to come work out with him in the off season. And there's some clock up top counting down, and he's like, "What is that clock counting down?" And it's counting down next year's Super Bowl. So just like that mindset is different, and I think it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
To be wired like that.
I wonder how when that clicked for him. Did that click?
Probably when he was going through his getting benched at Michigan.
Yeah, bench, 6th round.
He's
He never
always
dropped
recognition.
playing with the chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Which
Lower draft choice.
And I think he was always, in his mind, maybe that stuck with him that he can get benched at any point in time, right? He can get hurt, someone else can come in and take his job.
Well, he took
right?
Drew Bledsoe's job.
I think there's a lot of.
They just paid Drew $100 million or something like that too.
Yeah.
It was like a big number.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was the highest paid quarterback I think in the league.
Yes. Yes.
at the time.
Yeah.
He was the guy.
He gets hurt, and Drew's healthy now, going to come back in, and Belichick sticks with Brady, which
Yeah.
is pretty wild of
That was wild.
that coach. It kind of sends a message to that team.
Yes.
Like I don't care, who's paid the most, who
Yeah.
we're putting performers on the field.
Yeah. So what's driving the greatness? Where does that come from? That drive?
Mental fortitude and belief in yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I
Yeah.
think that there's an unhealthy obsession
Yeah.
with greatness.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah. Because how do you have balance in life and have that?
Yeah, it's
That makes it a little.
That's why there's a Rushmore kind of these guys,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't know if every human needs to strive to be that type of individual that works for them, and it's worked out in whatever that they've wanted to accomplish. But there's dark sides to that too.
Yeah.
Right. That all
you leave
those
a wake.
players.
You can kind of leave a wake.
Well, it defines them, and they don't have anything outside of that. That becomes their identity.
It's true.
And I think that's a lot. You see a lot of these players when they're done playing, they struggle because they don't have anything outside their sport.
Right.
Yeah, and that could be true with GOATs. It could be true with high performers in any profession.
In any industry or anything.
If
Business,
you're
whatever. Yeah.
If you're tying your self-worth to the outcomes, a lot of times that can be difficult to struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
With we talked about this with athletes transitioning, with military personnel transitioning from military life to outside of that. The routine that you're in. How do you transition into your next goal that you set for yourself? Your next endeavor that you have in your life. How do you transition to being a good husband, a good father?
To me, that's the whole
what are the common
key
threads?
to life is this element of balance. But to become a GOAT, you have to have that. You're right. You have to have that complete focal point of obsession. On
Yeah,
that.
and there's
Competitive fire.
But there's like extreme sacrifices that these
Yes.
guys have made.
Right.
To the detriment of other relationships.
That's right.
Right? They're making these choices.
Right.
And it's not like Brady was the best, like the prototypical best quarterback to pick. It's not like, oh, of course that guy's the GOAT. It's like, no, he was a 6'5" scrawny,
Yeah. Yeah.
He was skinny fat.
We've all seen the draft, card of him.
Yeah.
But
Was he 5'10"? I might have beaten him at 40.
But back to that like mindset shift of he was going to do whatever it took, and it was that
Yeah.
important to him.
Yeah.
Which is unique. Which is unique.